as good as they get. Jackson Hastings is stood over the ball ready to get us underway. Liam Rush is our referee this evening. So here we go. St Helens get us underway here in Workington. Town will get first taste of the football. Moving it.
Oh, wonderful feed from Corkill.
Steps back inside and then they will get a penalty. And the universal call of 2 rings around Derwent Park.
On the ball over the top from Dominic Weir, the former Kells man. Gives it back inside to Corkill and it's Clemmer. A couple of plays later, Carter with that left boot makes it 2-0.
Out to Shorrocks. Shorrocks has Hastings out the back and there's a trio of runners here. McDonald looks to give the offload, then keeps himself. Nanny McDonald back on the inside for Tristan Saylor. And Saylor will score, but it was all about the work from Nene McDonald to set him up and put Saints on the board.
Yeah, they moved the ball from one side of the field across from the right to the left. Rio Corkill, the man who won the penalty, he tries to go low and then McDonald, he misses. And then the rest of it is just pure upper body strength from Nene McDonald. Joe Shorrocks with a nice little ball out the back. Hastings to Saylor, a short tip on the tackles missed just there. And then Nene McDonald just palming them off for fun, and Tristan Saylor in support. Like all good halfbacks, they recognise that chance, and he's on the end to finish that in the blink of an eye. It's 4-2 here with a kick to
Hastings. Here comes Matty Lees, newly appointed St Helens captain, of course, in his testimonial season. Short ball, and I think the try is going to be given here.
I mentioned a couple of plays earlier, Lewis.
Clemmer who's forced his way over.
That penalty given away, you just cannot afford, especially.
The Workington defence just able to recover. Clark, who's been really busy, they'll come out to the left-hand side. Dion Cross could be in the corner, and he finishes it off. Just bumps off the defender. Donne. And Dion Cross dots down for 4 more points for St Helens. And again, it's that left edge that they've targeted.
It is, yeah. Jack Wellesby just eyes up here. Look at all the shape in and around Hastings and Saylor. That ball looked a little bit flat. Perhaps forward the Workington Town fans may see. But Wellesby skips past and supplies Dion Cross, really. There was a covering tackle coming in from Galea, and he couldn't do anything there.
Keeps it in hand. We're in there making the tackle. Jackson Hastings up to the line. Here's Miller McDonald and crosses away again on this left-hand side. Ball back inside to Hastings. And again, St Helens find joy on that left-hand side. And this time, Dion Cross just delivers the ball back inside for Jackson Hastings to get his first try as a St Helens player.
Yeah, I really like what St Helens did there in that play. First of all, it was Clemmer on the right-hand side who gets to the half-back. And then Joe Shorrocks, he finds Dominic Weir, ties up the half-back. It means big men either have to travel round or they don't perhaps get there in time. And then they just expose with numbers. Soft, short pass. You can see there Dion Cross without anybody in front of him. The extra man's created there. And Hastings and Saylor in support. Hastings to Wellesby. Introduces Nene McDonald. And Dion Cross with the skill on the end of it to find Hastings.
Restricting the metres. And now Shorrocks out the back to Saylor. Saylor looks to try and dance through, but can't quite find the gap. Saints still making progress, this time up the right. And here goes Darryl Clark off the back of the ruck. Options on both sides, gives it to Tristan Saylor. Saints are going to score from long range. Saylor has his second of the evening. And Darryl Clark through the defensive line like a knife through butter. And Saints really do have a roll on now, Carl.
Yeah, the last 5 or 6 minutes, Lewis, has become a training drill for St Helens. It's Darryl Clark. Jay Carter, he loses his hips completely here at the play of the ball. You just see there, both markers going the same way. Darryl Clark just pierces straight through. And Tristan Saylor just hits the gas. Corkill tries to get across, but can't deal with the speed of Tristan Saylor. But it's wonderful work from Darryl Clark, who's looked sharp tonight. Saylor in support. I wonder how many he's going to finish with. Doesn't get it.
They come out to Shorrocks, who moves us out to Hastings, and the overlap could be on here. Oh, lovely offload from Tristan Saylor to Kyle Fell. Looked just for a split second as if Workington had done enough, but just out of the back of the hands. And this time it's the right-hand side for St Helens as Kyle Felt gets his first.
Yeah, slick ball there from Tristan Saylor. Just look at the line speed of Workington Town. They only get up, they hold, then they start backing off, and Tristan Saylor just gets around Spencer Fulton too easy. The winger has no choice but to then turn his hips, but it's the line speed. They need to get forward. You cannot allow St Helens to dictate.
He'll play the ball to Clark. Here's Hastings again. Wellesby juggles it but takes it in. And now Shane Wright's going to score for St Helens. Drifts through the line as if it wasn't there and dots down. And just as Workington had stemmed the tide of points, St Helens get 4 more on the board. Yeah,
it's a new try scorer, new name on that list in Shane Wright. Gets his first of the evening on 32 minutes. And it was Jack Wellesby. He set it all off down the opposite end of the field following that error. The soft ball to Nene MacDonald, and it's Wellesby again. Just drives into Carter. Carter turns his hips in, and the space is provided. And Shane Wright just files through for a simple score. Nobody on top.
Hastings comes wide again. Cross into the line. He's got Whitley outside him, but he's just going to go himself. Deal cross through the line. He's got the man in support. Hastings will just give it on to Tristan Saylor, who will race away for a hat-trick. St Helens go the distance. And whilst it is a mismatch, certainly in terms of the league, it's still very easy on the eye, Kyle.
Yeah, it is. Look, it was a sloppy end to the set. The kick was okay, but there was no chase from the left-hand side of Workington Town. And St Helens, once again, they moved the ball. Lots of key players touching it there. And a neat little step back on the inside from Cross, who gives it to Hastings, who then kindly puts it on a plate for Saylor. And he has enough pace to get away from Oscar Doran. And you're right.
He now takes on this left-hand side. Corkill again makes a tackle.
And I think that's what bringing in Hastings as well as Saylor does for Jack Wellesby. It frees him up.
Oh, now Galley has spilt that. Wellesby could be in to score. Referee's happy with it. It was all a bit of a mess from the kick, and Jack Wellesby, all he had to do was just clean it up and dot down.
Yeah, the fullback just gift wraps a try there for Wellesby. Just can't deal with it. It's a little lack of skill from the fullback. Hastings again, he's able just to sit back and put it where he wants it. He lands it 7 metres away. The fullback, he has to catch that ball under no real pressure.
Well, he's dealt with.
He has. He's dealt with harder kicks. Yeah, without doubt, Lewis. And on that one, it just lands over the top of his shoulder.
Drops it back off to Hastings. Wellesby shrugs off one tackle and changes direction. This is Wormsley. Back to Wellesby. Wellesby to Cross. Cross has got Felt in an acre of space on the right-hand side, and Saints have their first try of the second 40.
Yeah, it's Workington Town just unable to deal with offloads, breaking tackles for fun. St Helens there. They explore one side of the field, come back through the middle. Wormsley turns the ball back up to Wellesby, who then again is able to look down that left-hand channel before finding the ball over to the right-hand side. You just see here, Hastings, Clemmer gets the offload away to Hastings, has a look down this left-hand side. Wellesby, missed tackle, breaks it, searches back through. Wormsley, neat little turn-up play. Wellesby over the top, Cross. A simple ball to Kyle Felt to get try number 2.
Well, he's had a quiet night, Kyle Felt, comparatively to his counterparts on the other edge, but his job's... Robertson, Saylor, could he help himself to a fourth? Oh, and he's put down by Shane Wright.
Oh, I said it's gone back.
I was expecting that, but yeah, back, says the referee.
There was a hand in there, Lewis, but the left-hand edge, he's got to get them. There they go, over in the corner.
And it's Matt Whitley who touches down on the left-hand side, and, well, when it's not going your way, it's just not going your way, and it is not going Workington Town's way tonight.
No, the referee saw a hand in there. Difficult from our viewpoint to see exactly what went on, but it was a 6 again call, so I can only assume that there was a hand from the left edge of Workington Town, and they moved the ball straight over to the other side and stripped them on that edge as well. Saylor, you see here, was deemed to have a hand on that. 6 against call. Wright throws the ball back into the middle of the field. Walmsley, Welsby, Hastings, McDonald, and Whitley this time gets himself on the score sheet.
So Hastings with the conversion attempt from the other edge.
I don't think there's too much evidence there that Oscar Doran does touch that ball, but it matters not. Saints go in. And I've lost count of what try number that is, Lewis, if I'm honest.
This outing from a St Helens perspective is that injury to Matty Lees. I don't know how serious that is, but Kyle Felt is going to be in the corner here, surely. Has he got that down? If he hasn't, it's a fantastic defensive effort, but he has done.
Yeah, a bit of a laboured.
Have 4 more points.
Yeah, a bit of a laboured finish in the end there,
almost
really.
Like he wanted to make it harder for
himself. Yeah, but look, you know, we'll get to see once the replay floats in just the amount of numbers that Saints have on this play. It's really, really well ran. And Kyle Felt, he gets his hat-trick. He said he's been quiet tonight, but it's 3 tries for him. But just look here, Shorrocks with Delaney, Hastings, there's threatening change of angle there from Wright, and then Saylor with a simple catch and pass, and Kyle Felt could have made it easy for himself, but it matters not. He goes in for Saints' 12th.
A try-scorer bonus is still a thing in this day and age, Carl. Carries with real enthusiasm and intensity, and Saints again looking to go from deep, and they found the numbers. The crosses away on the left-hand side, brings it back in, and it's going to be Hastings who scores. It was pretty much anyone's pick there as to who wanted the ball, but it is Jackson Hastings who strolls in under the sticks. Yeah,
some good pictures for Paul Rowley. Every time there's a play of the ball, both sides are looking excited, flat, both travelling, moving forward. They move the ball out to the left-hand side. It's so difficult to defend when you've got all of them shirts in a red V just charging at you. The catch and pass, Dion Cross, and then McDonald wanted that ball, but Hastings just pinches it off him and dots it straight underneath the black dot.
It was a real sort of hallmark of Jackson Hastings' time at Salford especially, but at Wigan as well, the way he just plays to the line, and almost as he goes into the defensive line, he's stopped. Lomax. Oh, back inside to Welsby. Welsby is going to add 4 points. Almost trademark from Jack Welsby, bursting into the line, finding space, and as the rain now starts to come down, the points continue to flow as well.
Yeah, there's no stopping them tonight, is there? Jack Welsby just lets Hastings know that he sat on his inside. The communication there. Shorrocks got excited too, but Welsby, trademark finish from Jack Welsby.
You spoke about what this means for St Helens in terms of next week and what's to come, but from a Workington, couple of metres short, Saylor in at acting half, Hastings, Walmsley, can he crash over? Yes, he can. Alex Walmsley, as we've seen so many times in his career, straight through the middle. And when you're in the prop forwards union, Carl, it doesn't really matter what circumstances they come in, they're all valuable, aren't they?
Well, he'll be telling everybody it'll be 60 metres out by tomorrow. But Walmsley on a short crash ball. Saylor, Hastings, he just gets in between Farrell and Ainley. Ainley's frustration, he hits the floor, just gives up his inside shoulder.
Davies brings us out to the right. Shorrocks, who's been really impressive. Delaney goes through a huge hole in defence, and he gets in on the act.
Yeah, it's that combination through the middle there defensively, Farrell and Ainley. Walmsley went through moments earlier. They don't learn the lesson, and this time it's Delaney who gets on the score sheet. Try number, what's that now, 14, 15? You just see McDonald shows it to Shorrocks, just gets in between those two again. It's Lupton, I beg your pardon, and Farrell. And they're worrying signs, and John Tigoli, they'll be the ones that disappoint him. You know, the last 6 or 7 minutes have belonged to the home team.
Oh,
that's a big shot.
Goes in from Shorrocks.
Goodness me.
Just lined Corkhill up. And St Helens are not going down, accepting any sort of points. They're not going down at all, of course, but they are desperate to keep that clean sheet. Kyle Felt dives on that. It's going to be a goal line dropout. So Workington Town leaving it until the last 5 minutes and finding some repeat sets. In fact, it's a 20-metre tap. And here goes Nene McDonald, and I think he's out of the gate. Could go all the way, McDonald. Oh, brilliant offload. Robertson, will he score? Welsby gets hold of it. Welsby will score. And that, Kyle, is probably the night in a nutshell. St Helens go the distance, 100 metres, and finish with a flourish. Jack Welsby in again.
Just a transition though, Lewis, from Kyle Felt. The kick was a decent kick from Carter. Felt takes it. 20-metre restart. Nene McDonald, who has been exceptional tonight, just races away, and a wonderful piece of skill there to find Harry Robertson, who steps back on the inside, get a little bit of luck off Carter's arm. It falls into the hands of Welsby, who just pushes off Galea and scores another St Helens try.
Right, Carl, I know there's a lot of the hooter, so this is the last play. Robertson shrugs off the defender, gets it out to Felt. Felt stabs a kick through, still going. That ball's going to go dead, so St Helens unable to finish with points, but they do finish the game with